out the library. Hello.
Oh boy. Trigger happy TV, man. Back when life was just more simple. Simple, you could do crazy shit. No
Ali
big deal
G.
like that. Dude.
It was a different day, man. You remember when we used to watch the Ali G show and Trigger Happy TV? To be honest, bro, back in the day, the Ali G show with Sacha Baron Cohen, that shit was amazing.
Dude. And I didn't quite like his next, like his Bruno. His Bruno I wasn't really into.
Yeah, I wasn't into it either.
It just, I think it was over the top. But Ali G was hilarious.
I was homophobic back then.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it homophobic more than just like uncomfortable. For me,
no, it just wasn't funny. To me, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. And I also, I don't know how you feel about this, but like sometimes when you go to movie theaters, I don't go and see everything in the movies. Nothing in the movies.
Yeah, it was cringy. It was a movie you watched at home and felt uncomfortable at your own sort of environment. You don't want to feel that type of feelings with other strangers.
No, definitely
like
not.
Imagine like the Borat scene where he's making out with the guy in like this rodeo with a bunch of like southern people.
Oh my god, yeah. No.
And he later talks about how he almost like literally like got hurt. They had to escape through a tunnel and everything. Like, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. I did hear a comedian recently talk about, because recently he took out some new ones where he's like talking to like alt-right people and like making them look bad. And in a way, like the comedian was saying, like it was kind of fucked up that this guy from England is coming here to try to show the worst stereotypes of America. And in a way, but there was one episode that they didn't release that he talked about later, where he had one of these like high-level guys, right? I don't know what it was, like a congressman, some shit like that, and he was trying to like get him to say shit, right? So he was saying some shit like, "Oh, are you able to like, get kids and shit?" And like the guy came back to him like, "Are we recording?" And he's like, "No, we're not," but they were, and he's like, "All right, cause yeah, I could hook you up with that. Like I can take care of that." And instead of the guy sort of going with it, right, and being like, "Oh, really? So how could?" and I then show it to the world. They just like they didn't do it, and they didn't do the episode or whatever. But so it's like that's the type of shit you also need to release. Like we gotta know who are these fuckers.
Yeah.
These crazy motherfuckers that are coming about in the land.
Well, I mean that would be kind of like how that's kind of making your fate, I guess, like predetermined, right? I mean, like that is one sure shot way to by doing all this crazy stuff and having all these really controversial things happen, and you're doing it for fun, but like you go into like a rodeo with a bunch of gun-toting Western people, and you're doing that kind of crazy Brokeback Mountain stuff, which again is fine for normal, but not amongst these kinds of people. Like,
not in this context,
not in this crowd. Is that like a death wish, or would you? Yeah. I mean, that kind of ties into the topic, no?
Scenes where he's like, like at a Western thing, right? And he's like singing. I think it's even at the beginning of that rodeo thing where he's singing like, "Throw the Jew down the well, throw the Jew down the well," and then eventually you see people kind of like cheering and singing. But
oh my god,
it also, it's like maybe people are just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Let's just go along with him. Like in a way, it kind of makes it look like everybody there is just white and racist, and that's not
the case. Yeah.
The reality, but. But yeah, man, he did crazy shit back in the day. There's nothing that can replace the Ali G show and the skits that he used to make.
For sure.
When he was trolling. But well, in any case, on to the next one. If you don't know what the Ali G show is or Trigger Happy TV, then you're too young, doggy. You might not be old enough to listen to this potty.